Well, buckle up, Jets fans, because this is a very interesting topic. What's going on? Welcome back to another video here on Pig City Hockey. And, we all really expected the Jets to be in the headlines when it came to looking to add players, at the trade deadline and whatnot. They're the number one team in the NHL. They're definitely a Stanley Cup contender, and that's just kind of the way things go in sports. If you are a, championship contender in any league, your name is going to be thrown into pretty much every single trade rumor. It's something that we've seen pretty recently, even going back to the whole Jacob Trouba thing, how apparently the Jets were very close to getting Jacob Trouba, however reliable that was coming from Frank Zaravelli. But nonetheless, we all really find ourselves, expecting the Jets to really go out there and do something. And it seems that, as of late, the Jets in the trade headlines aren't necessarily leading the way. It's more or less in free agency, talking about signing a player halfway through the season through free agency. And the player in regards is Jonathan Toews. Yeah, Stanley Cup, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, future Hall of Famer, Jonathan Toews wants to potentially sign with Winnipeg. Apparently, that's the rumor. Now, I don't give this a lot of, real credibility. Again, this is coming from Frank Zaravelli. I saw this being covered on Legal Curve a couple of days ago, talking about how keep an eye on Winnipeg being one of these 3 teams that could be signing Jonathan Toews if he gets to that level of being an NHL player again. Apparently, he's skating. He's looked the best. He's feeling the best he's felt in years. His skating, he's resumed skating for the first time in years, and he wants to make a comeback in the NHL. So the Jets are apparently one of the teams, along with the Avs and the Leafs, that are looking at potentially signing him if he makes that comeback. So, this is also coming off of the back of that story that came on in, I believe, the end of November, where we found out that Jonathan Toews was actually, talking about his journey, his healing journey in India. He made a really lengthy Instagram post here. This is it right here, talking about his just battle with his inflammatory issues, his autoimmune system, long COVID, and just how the healing process that he's taken to get where he is right now, feeling the best he's felt in a long time in skating. And, this is a guy that hasn't played in a couple of years. And I put a poll out there on Twitter the other day asking if you guys want to see the Jets sign him, and it was 60-40. And pretty much every comment that I got on that tweet was, yeah, go for it. If it's the right if it's for league minimum or at a PTO or whatever, absolutely sign Jonathan Toews. So I really didn't see that much, negativity towards this subject, which I found, kind of surprising, but also not really. This is a really interesting subject matter. This is a legendary player from Winnipeg who a lot of, people in Winnipeg, fans of the team, of the Jets, have relations, memories around Jonathan Toews. This is a big deal. This is an NHL 16 cover athlete, guys. I know that doesn't seem like a lot to you maybe, but this is the pedigree around Jonathan Toews' name and what he means in Winnipeg, the career he's had. This is a guy that has won, so much. Pretty much he's won at every level. Jonathan Toews is a Hall of Famer when he's first year ballot, without a doubt. He was already a top 100 player of all time when the league did their 100-year anniversary, 100 top 100 players. He made that. This is a 3-time Stanley Cup champion. He's won the Conn Smythe. He has won at every level. The career that is Jonathan Toews is obviously blinding anyone when it comes to what he really is. Not to mention the fact that this guy, 2 gold medals. He won with Canada in 2010. He won in Sochi. And who knows, maybe he would have made the other Olympic team too. Not to mention he's got the damn community center, the Jonathan Toews Community Center, named after him in the city of Winnipeg. This man has held parades for when he has come back. I went to that parade, by the way, when he was cruising around it with, that was such a great memory. But even right now, I'm getting nostalgic talking about this. Jonathan Toews has been done so much for Winnipeg, and look at these photos alone are super nostalgic for me. Just when he had this parade, being there at that event. I have a signed Jonathan Toews puck. Met the guy, talked to him. He was one of my favorite players as a kid, if not one of my the whole era of that Chicago team, what they were able to accomplish. I was really young into hockey at that time. How could you not be a fan of that team? Right? It was just such a competitive team that was so good out there, and Jonathan Toews being the captain, the history that he has, why wouldn't anyone want to sign him? Honestly, it's blinding when we look at his accolades and who Jonathan Toews is and what he means to the city of Winnipeg, his career and whatnot. Obviously, I think every Jets fan would be like, yeah, sign me up for that. I also think that it would really help season tickets. There's a lot of positives to signing Jonathan Toews, but when you look at the player that he is now, this is his career. We know his career. We know what he started off with. But, he's not that guy anymore. The stuff we're talking about, the history, it's over a decade ago now. Like, Jonathan Toews' career is very lengthy, starting in 07, 08, and going all the way to the 2022-2023 season. Like, we already know his early season success. We know the 3 cups from 2007 to 2015. Like, we know the accolades. We know what he's won. But when you look at after that year, after the run with the cups, the decline, you know, I would say Jonathan Toews' decline started, you know, in 2021, you know, 2022. Like, it started before he even left the league, before his health issues, you know, like Jonathan Toews is not that guy anymore. It's a very touchy subject, like I said, because would I want to see him in the uniform? Honestly, yes, I would. And, you know, what he can bring to this team, I don't know. You know, he's hungry if he's healthy and he really wants to get back into hockey with the accolades he has, his mentality. We know what his career is, the type of player he was on the ice and as a leader. Like, I don't know. If he can get going again and he wants to play and he's hungry and we give him an opportunity on a PTO, why not sign him? I'm just going to say it. Why not? This isn't the guy to immediately give the second-line center role an immediate top 6 spot, you know, lock him up. This is the guy for the future. This is the guy we want for, you know, the next couple of years as our veteran prime presence. It's nothing like that at all. If you're signing a guy like Jonathan Toews, you're signing him for the 4th line. You know, you're signing a guy that's going to pretty much, you know, be a veteran presence on this team. Like, if I could honestly, if Jonathan Toews honestly came into Winnipeg right now, I would chalk it up and compare it to, like, the Matt Hendricks era of Winnipeg. You know, Matt Hendricks was not a very good player for us, bottom line guy, even a press box guy, honestly, for most of it. And he was really important as a leader in that first run, 2017-18. Now, obviously, trading back for him for that 7th round pick was not a good move, but he was an important voice on that run. I think that the Jets could use a veteran leader in the locker room, a guy with the pedigree, with the leadership that can always help, but that doesn't mean you give him a top 6 spot. That doesn't mean we're getting prime Jonathan Toews over here. You're giving Jonathan Toews a PTO, and, you know, maybe he even gets a stint with the Moose before he even gets an opportunity with the Jets. You know, Phil Kessel couldn't even make his stint with the Canucks last year after there was all that rumors of will they, won't they sign him, and they ended up not signing him because of the whole path to the NHL and whatnot. If that was the case with Phil Kessel, you know, Jonathan Toews might be in a similar boat. Like, I'm not saying that the Jets might not still... The Jets could still sign him to a minor league contract. He could play for the Moose, maybe a couple games for the Jets here and there, and that could be the end of his career. He gets to go out playing and retire on his own terms. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know, there is a lot of... There's a lot of interesting history with Jonathan Toews in Winnipeg. You know, what he's done for the city as a player, as being the charities, the donations, you know, the events he's hosted, how the love he's gotten from the city. Like, I could definitely also the boost he would give to ticket sales would be huge. Like, I don't think people really understand how big of a boost that'd be. Like, Jonathan Toews in Winnipeg, he's always been regarded as a very good player and very good relationship with the city of Winnipeg. So, like, I remember being a very young kid going to, like, a charity match. I don't even remember what the charity matchup was. I just remember it was some charity game with, like, NHL players in the summer, and, like, Jonathan Toews was there, a couple other bums. Like, it was just random guys out there on the ice, but it was, like, the first time I got to see, like, hockey in Winnipeg as a kid, like, in the MTS like that, even before the Moose. Like, just crazy stuff like that. I got lots of memories with this guy. I'd love to see this sign him. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think the Jets should go out there and sign him? Do you think this is what Chevy should do? Do you think it makes sense? I'd love to know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below, as always. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace, love, and positivity, as always. Go Jets, go! And I will see you guys the next one. And I'm really curious about the subject, so let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think the Jets should go out there? Do you think Chevy should do this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, as always. And again, thanks so much for watching this video. You know, road to 5K begins now. New year, 2025. Let's get it.